Bounce. Tedx Bounce is coming up December 10th at Chaminade at the Skip, and they offer to us any of their incredible speakers to come in here today, and we picked Raven Fox because he is the most fascinating person in St. Louis.
Well, for one thing, he's a gadget guy.
He's a gadget
guy, and he's
toys.
a lighting. What do you call yourself? A lighting specialist or
immersive
designer?
An immersive artist, immersive multimedia artist. I like to mix art, music, and technology together,
Yeah,
or remix
and immerse us with it,
and immerse an audience in my visions and in my dreams.
But you're going to speak like a TEDx thing, right?
Yes, I have the opportunity to really reach a lot more people with some of my ideas.
And you have Radiant Studio Works, which you started. You founded
Radiant Studio Works is sort of the studio, sort of like the back lot of all the projects that I do. It's where we get together and kind of put together, dream up, experiment, play.
Yes.
With all of the gadgets that we have, and then when we have a commission or a project to do, it's where we build it, and that's the umbrella that's I
amazing.
fly under.
And many people in St. Louis can say, I remember when they saw you in a club somewhere as a DJ. You were the A-list DJ of the year twice with St. Louis Magazine.
I don't know how that works. There's a lot of really good DJs in St. Louis, and I just happened to be fortunate enough to be selected by St. Louis Magazine to represent DJs. Here.
Because you were into that immersive thing.
When you DJ, do you also do lights?
It's hard to do the lights and the music, but I'll tell you what, the two play hand in hand together to create an atmosphere. And the most important thing, especially at an event, is to create the atmosphere that, of celebration, or of commemoration, or whatever that event is. And I want to say that the events that I really attached myself to were the events that raised money and awareness, not your corporate or bar mitzvah or wedding parties. I really, those are the ones that cost
money,
a lot of money to me. Where
to help pay for the other things that you do.
I did a lot of like kind. Yes, we were talking about that earlier. I do a lot of like kind work. I was blessed to work with one of the best talent agencies in the country, Talent Plus Universal.
Sharon
Tucci, very good friend of mine. Yeah. I love her very much. She's given me opportunities that I would otherwise not have had. So
just real quick about the TED Talk, which was 100 miles ago now. Where is that happening?
At the Skip.
At
Chaminade.
Okay.
Chaminade's the high school.
When is it? When?
That's December 10th, 2016. You want to probably look on the website, tedxgatewayarch.org, I hope I got that right. But all the information is there, along with all the other great speakers that will be joining me that day for us sharing our ideas. I'm really trying to shape it like I'm having a conversation with 1,000 people.
Yeah,
really.
Nice.
To really talk about some of the things that I truly believe in.
Will you demonstrate some stuff there at the talk?
I will. I'll have
great.
Actually, during the entire course of the day, I will be doing a 3D video projection mapping installation, which will be in front of the audience. So in between the speakers, I'll have some what I call vignettes or scenes that will take place.
To give people an idea what that looks like, if you've seen the planetarium driven down Highway 6440, you've seen the planetarium with those lights on it. You were part of that project.
You're the guy.
Well, I'm not the guy. I have
You're
to
one
say
of the guys.
that I was part of the visionary team to make that happen. Every time, and that's one of the things about me is I see, as an artist, I see buildings as canvases.
Sure.
I see outdoor architecture as an opportunity to use my paint, which is light.
Yes.
On the building, but what I do is I focus it or pixel map it or video map it.
You're a musician of light.
I am a musician of light, a great term.
I didn't make it up. You did.
I did, it's all about
Somebody has
the
a good
bass,
memory.
about the treble, about the, the mid-range, the highs, the lows,
Sure, yeah.
the sub, the emotions. You have to really kind of draw from that, and at the same time, figure out where the hits are, where you're going to pull the strings, the heartstrings especially.
And you did the thing at the St. Louis
Oh,
Fair.
the 11 Gates.
11 Gates.
That
Thank
was
you
yours.
for remembering
Yeah.
that. That was a really important project for me. That was to pay tribute to an artist by the name of Christo.
Yes,
Oh, yes, of
Christoph.
course. Yeah.
Christo, I met him and his dearly departed wife, Jean-Claude, in New York when they did the Gates project in Central Park. If you recall, they spread out over 1,000 orange fabric that was gates throughout Central Park, and it was amazing. They actually extended
And he did the
it.
yellow umbrellas in Los Angeles.
And the umbrellas
Yeah.
and the running fence
Well,
and all these
you're
inspirational
so,
things.
You were so
Very inspired by Christo.
able to go between it's like you're in ADHD heaven.
He brings his toys with us, which we'll get to in a minute. But I want to ask you, because we mentioned the planetarium, we mentioned Forest Park. Both of these are owned by the city of St. Louis. As an artist, what is that like to deal with the city of St. Louis to be able to express your art on their property?
They believe that an artist is the heart and soul of a community. So Mayor Slay, I want to congratulate him. He said that himself, and he wants this city to thrive and to grow and to illuminate with. And there's a lot of artists here. Believe it or not,
so much now.
Everybody that I tell, St. Louis is an affordable, amazing place full of art materials everywhere. And for me, my materials, are the buildings. The planetarium is one that I video.
How many? This is a lens that projects on it.
Yeah.
How many of these? How many lenses or projectors do you need for that?
It's enormous.
what you do?
Sometimes I need a lot. Sometimes
Well, how
I
many
need
on the
just
planetarium?
one. Well, the planetarium took two, and we converged it in the center, so we had a 180-degree projection map. So that the audience could see it from the front side. But then you also have a full controllable LED system that was installed several years back that sort of accompanied this project. We haven't quite gotten to the video projection outside yet, but of course we have the IMAX inside.
Yeah,
and I wanted to pay tribute to the building, to the James S. McDonald Planetarium. So what I did was I took people through a voyage through the building and through a tunnel and spiraling. And then we landed on the moon, and then we flew back. And it was quite an experience, one that I'll never forget.
So many of your things are expensive. Like you have an expensive art here. You were telling us that this was like $1,200, and it's your fourth one.
You can get
they break
cheaper ones.
And you lose them.
They are tools that I use. You have to be very, careful with with your tools. This zoom lens right here is more expensive than the projector that it fits in.
I was going to say you must spend all of your money on your equipment. Are you always like trying to buy the other thing?
Well, I'm a bit of a techno geek.
Yeah.
One of the things as growing up, back in time, I used to take apart my grandmother's Victrola stereo.
Sure.
And that was tubes. Okay?
Yeah.
These were Macintosh tube amps. And all she'd tell me was, you better make sure you put that back together before your grandfather gets home. And I always managed to put the tubes back, even if they were hot and burned my fingertips off.
All right, Raven, we're going to go over time, and I'm okay with that if everyone else is. But I don't, I'd love to get the equipment, but you're too fascinating. And you and your life partner, Faring Perth.
Thank you.
Are you both from, neither of you are from St. Louis,
We're
right? You're
both
from New
different
Jersey.
coasts. I'm from New York, and Faring is from California.
She's the muralist.
And we met in the middle.
Now, do we see her murals around town? Can you point out the one?
The mural, one of the most awesome murals in town is located over by Jefferson on the side of the Nebula building. She's called Prime. That's when I met Faring Perth when she was in town, and offered her my support and my help. This young, frail woman, amazing,
and very beautiful woman,
and very beautiful. Yes, she is. She's my heart. She kindly obliged and says I could use all the help I can get. And we sat under the moonlight on a roof while I was projecting on the Cinderella building on Cherokee Street.
Cherokee, yeah.
And we fell in love that very night.
Oh man!
The rest is history. We're gonna leave the rest up to the big man to see where he takes us.
Well, St. Louis is a better place to have both of you here, and we will see you.
Thank you.
at the Skip at the Chaminade on December 10th for
TED
Bounce.
Talk.
TEDx.
Release your
Definitely.
inner nerd. Come and see us. Come and listen to what I have to say. I think you'll find it enthralling. And if you're not there, you can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really
That's
inspirational.
true. It
Thank
is
you.
true.
Thanks for coming. And thanks to Abusi Maselli Insurance, continuously working to provide the individual coverage you require. They made our segment possible today. They handle commercial, life, and health insurance. Contact Tina Maselli at 314-832-6667.